Hi there, it's Nick Shell, the internet receding hairline guy. Yes, this is it. The epic moment that you've waited days for, literally days. This is the moment in time in which I have a very special guest star here on my program for Receding Hairline Guy. And you can already hear my special guest actually. So with no further ado, here's the wife of the Receding Hairline Guy. My wife, Jill.
Hi guys.
All right. So I'm so grateful for Jill helping us out today. I have printed off these questions from we're going to assume subscribers. You may be a casual viewer, but if you subscribe, an extra thank you to you. We're going to start off with an icebreaker question. The first question is, mustard or mayo?
Mustard, definitely.
And I already know the reason why, but tell everyone why mustard over mayo.
Mayonnaise reminds me of just nastiness. And mustard is really good. And spicy.
And spicy. See, as you know, I'm a vegan and Jill is a vegetarian. So obviously, too, my scientific answer for that is mayonnaise has fat in it and cholesterol, but mustard is not. It's just vinegar based. So thanks for the icebreaker question. Now, please keep in mind, Jill has not read these questions. She's unaware of what's going to be asked, and she is going to answer honestly. So this is what you asked for. So first question we have is, let's see. It says, let's go back to the moment in time you guys first met 10 years ago. How does Jill think things would have played out if you were bald at the time, legitimately bald, with a cul-de-sac at the top of your head at age 25? So do you know what they mean by that? Like where I would just have the hair here and
right.
Then, yeah. So 10 years ago, if I only had that much hair, how would that have affected our first conversation and us getting to know each other? What difference would that have made, if any?
I probably would have noticed it, but I think ultimately, when we talked about this the other night, that you had long hair, like long kind of shaggy hair.
Yeah, it came down to here, and I think it was over my ears.
Yeah, and I didn't even notice till like years later, like that was the case. Because normally I'm more attracted to people with short hair and like clean cut. So, I mean, you must have had a really good personality.
There we go, see? And they know that because they've watched my videos and I've talked about that. I told them the story how I saw you from across a crowded room. I went up to you to talk to you, and it was your beauty that captured me. But yet, when was the first time you looked at me in that sort of way, like that you thought of me as even being physically attractive? Like, for me, it was instant. So for you, how long?
Probably when we went on our first unofficial date.
And that was 4 months to the day after we met. We were talking, we were friends, and Jill never thought of me like that, but I thought of her from the moment I saw her, which just goes back to other videos I've done where it shows that men are attracted to women differently and vice versa. So that's why I keep saying this whole receding hairline thing, it is not the first thing she's noticing or really cares about. So let's go through some more questions. All right, the next question on here, it says, when did your wife first notice you had a receding hairline? And did it bother her at all? Honestly, why or why not? So when did you first notice, and did it bother you?
It's never bothered me. I think men with bald heads are just as sexy as men that don't have bald heads. So I think it just depends on the person, and if you've got a good... ultimately, I think it comes down to personality and whether you're funny and laid back and you're confident about yourself, whether you have hair or no hair or a cul-de-sac on your head.
You're making my job so easy because literally you're saying word for word what I say in my other videos.
Right.
And I think that's a lot of point of this video is so that they can hear it from you and not just me.
Yeah.
All right, so the next question on here. What are your 3 favorite hairstyles and lengths on me?
3 favorite? Short, and short.
So how short is ideal? Or what's the perfect length, ideal length, I should say?
I like when it's Like right now, it's kind of long for me.
Yeah, I know, me too.
But-
I'm looking forward to getting a haircut myself.
But like when you have it like spiked up and shorter on the sides,
Yeah.
just cleaned up.
Yeah.
I like cleaned up.
And the funny thing is, I agree with you. Like when I get my haircut in 2 weeks, that's how I'm getting it again.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for it. So okay. So that answers the question. But now, so obviously that's your number one. So when I have it shaved off to number one, the shortest.
Like when it's really, really short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as it's short, I like it. I think I like it best when it's got a little bit of spike and a little bit of length in the front.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like short.
Okay. And this isn't in the questions, but let's just go ahead and answer this. Would you prefer it right now like this or shaved, like all over number one, like the shortest I do it?
Yeah, probably shaved.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
So did you hear that? My wife would prefer a shaved head over this, but ideally, like probably, I guess we're talking about like a number 2 on the sides and the back, and about 1.5 inches on top, which is about what I'll be doing here soon. Okay, next question. It says, I don't quite understand this question, but here it is. Do you wish that I put a little more effort into styling my hair? I guess that means currently right now, because it's a little bit longer. Would you rather it be...
Currently, no. I do sometimes wish you'd do a little bit more with Jack's hair.
Oh,
because
our son.
His hair gets long.
Yeah.
And it needs to be spiked up, and it needs to have more than water and lotion in
Yeah,
it.
I think it needs to be shorter, honestly, a
It
little
does.
bit.
It does. It needs to be shorter.
So that's
Be
our
short.
son. Yeah, there we go.
Pinky.
All right, next question. All right, here's where it gets fun. And I don't know what you're going to say about this.
So good.
If hair transplants were 100% safe and I wanted to enhance my appearance with one, would you be on board with me getting a hair transplant?
I mean, if it made you feel good about yourself, but ultimately I think we'd both agree, why waste the money?
Yep, I knew you'd say that. Because we're Dave Ramsey people, and we care more about paying off this house and doing investments than we do...
And going to Florida.
And going to Florida, and wherever we want it. We're big into trips. So thank you for asking, though. Okay, we're kind of rounding things up here. Actually, no, we're not. I'm gonna cut this off and do part 2 coming up, just so this video is not too long. So we look forward to part 2 coming up the moment you click on that video, part 2. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in like 2 seconds.
Bye.